Watch this. The average American, 60 grand a year, that's the median income. And if you're making 600 grand a year, you need to pay attention because your situation is actually worse. So all you guys are like, oh shit, doesn't apply to me. Your deal is even worse. You'll see it in a second here, okay? Watch. This guy's like, God damn, I can't get ahead. I don't know what's wrong with me, man. What happens is you liked your job, and then you can't get ahead after about 6 months or 6 years, and you're like, I hate this job. I hate the guy I work for. Why? Because, dude, you're 10 years from now, you're going to be $70,000 in debt. Yeah. You understand that? If you don't spend anything, if all you do is spend 46 grand a year, which how do you live even in Omaha, Nebraska on 46 grand a year? Do the math. Rent's $1,500, car's $300, insurance is $200, food $600, a cell phone's going to be $100, pay TV of any kind, I mean at minimum $15 a month. Amazon's $100 a year. A movie, if you go to one movie a month for 12 months and bring somebody with you, you're going to spend $300 or $400 a year. Close, $2,400. Kids, schools, and supplies. If you even want to have your kids wear school supplies, have school supplies, or go, have clothes, you're going to spend $650. I mean, that's only what, $50 a month. It's $25 a kid per month. If you have any debt payments at all. Any debt payments, $5,000, 18% debt, that's going to cost you $900 a year. That's 53 grand. I just went through 53 grand. That'd leave you maybe $4,000 or $5,000. You haven't gone to the ballpark. You haven't gone skiing. You haven't taken a vacation. What else haven't I done? You didn't get Cardone University. What else do people do? You hadn't bought any sunglasses. None of this. You didn't buy a fancy belt. No watches. No fake watches. Nothing. Like nothing, okay? All you did was have a car, have some rent. And the cost of living is $53,000. You can't get much lower than that. It's $4 grand a month. You're living on $4,250 a month. So Susie, Armin, and Dave are like, you need to save your money. Bro, there's no money. See the math here? You understand the math? Watch. I'm negative 7 grand right here. Is that right? Yeah, I'm negative 7 grand. Is that right, Jared? 60, I take home 46. I'm negative. And what does your mom and dad say? You need to save money. Baby, I'm negative. You need to invest your money. How many people tell you this? You send your money to Wall Street. You need to, even if it's just a little every month, there's nothing. Don't use debt. I have to have debt just to live. The traps have been set. Okay? Now, depending on where you live, depends on how much money you make. You live in San Diego, this number right here, this 53 grand, goes up to 89,000. Okay, you live in San Antonio, it might go to 46. You're down in San Antonio, you're down to 46,000. So there's your spreads. It's not going to get a lot lower, but it will get a lot higher. New York, LA, Hong Kong, Singapore. The rent in Singapore is 80% higher than it is in America. It can get higher, folks. It can't get much lower. So that's the income supposedly required, San Diego County, to live comfortably. That's what they say, comfortably. I don't know what that means exactly. I don't know if comfortably includes kids. Does it include golf? How much is golf, Jared? 2 people to play golf, 18 holes.
I mean, at least $100 a person.
$100 a person, plus the beer you're going to drink, plus the gas to drive out there, plus the golf clubs cost you $2 grand, plus the lost balls. You know there's going to be a bunch of those at $2 a ball. Okay. For the cheap ones. Average incomes by cities in America. In San Jose, California, the average income is $89,000. Guess what the average cost is? $89,000. Okay. New York City, average income, $87,000. Cost of living, more than that. LA, $74,000. Average income, cost of living, $89,000. In LA, you're in the hole 14 grand and you're making $90,000. Fort Lauderdale, $69,000. That's what I got off this report. I don't know if that's true. Houston, Texas, 61 grand. Phoenix, average income in Phoenix, Arizona, if you want to make some big money, go there. It's $48,000. It just starts going down. From San Jose to Phoenix, it drops in half, all right? Financial awareness. The middle class is failing. That's the bottom line here. Okay, if you're taking notes, the middle class is failing. The graph looks like this. It looks like Okay, the middle class, not poverty. Poverty is not failing. The middle class is failing. The rich people are not failing. I'll show you some bubbles here so you can create a target for yourself. The U.S. middle class has steadily declined since, this isn't a new thing, by the way, 1980. I graduated from high school in 1976. I got out of college in 1980. Ever since 1980, the middle class in America, the largest class of people, the biggest middle class in the world, by the way, 200 million people are failing, okay? Incomes are going down, wages are flat, jobs are up. Fewer people own homes today. We have the lowest rate of home ownership in 45 years. We have the lowest unemployment in 40 years. We have the lowest interest rates, and the middle class is still failing. Check this out. Lowest home ownership, lowest interest rates, lowest unemployment in 40 years, and this group of people is still failing. Why? Because the group is failing, okay? The formula that created it, refineries and factories and jobs, isn't there. And this is going to continue, by the way. This disruption in the middle is going to continue to happen. What do we call this? Jared, didn't we come up with some great word? Or was that it?
That was it.
Financial awareness. The middle class is failing. You need to know your finances. You have to know where your money is. The second thing, rule number 2 in finances, number 1, rule number 2, you have to know your financial targets. Okay, what is your financial target? So Francisco works here in the office. He needs a target. First, I got to explain to him. He came from Venezuela, right? Came from Venezuela. He's been with me a year. He's banked 17 grand in 12 months. He's with me every day. Every day I'm banging on him. Every day he hears me. Every day he's in the studio with me. Every day he hears me talking about people. I'm his mentor. Okay? Until how old are you?
31.
31 years old, okay? Until this, up at this first 31 years, he never saved 17 grand. In 12 months, he saved 17 grand. Why? He's with me every day. He's in a studio. I come in here every day. Every day he hears me. Sooner or later, shit's gonna rub off. Sooner or later, it's not osmosis. He's with me every second of every day, right? He's part of our test. So I say, look, man, look, he comes from Venezuela to America, and he looks around, he's like, man, they got good roads. Everybody's got a car. Starbucks is right there. Office has got air conditioning. We got air conditioning. This is crazy. The store is finished. Okay? People don't, there's a store with groceries on the shelves. You guys don't understand this in America. In Venezuela, they don't have that. They got a bunch of buildings that have been constructed for the last 12 or 13 or 14 years and still aren't finished, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay? You're driving down the road, man, you see a car 20 years old. They're all over the place. The only thing that works in the car is the horn. Honk, honk, right?
Yeah. My dad just bought a chicken with credit card.
A chicken?
With credit card.
Yeah. Money's worthless. Okay? So you need to know, number 1, you got to know, hey, what is the situation I'm in? If it's an emergency, you need to know, I'm in an emergency situation. The second thing you got to know is, hey man, what is the financial target? This is called financial target assessment. What is your target assessment? Where is it you're trying to go? We constantly talk about targets in my office all the time. For everything that we do, number 1 thing I always go back to, what is the target, man? Constantly, what is the target? Where are we going, okay? What class do you want to get in? I just told you this first class is failing. If the middle class is failing, that's an assessment of the situation. Where do you want to go? Okay? Where do you want to be? This is the classes, okay? The rich, actually there's more classes than this. There's the upper middle. There is the middle, which, by the way, the word middle, if you just look it up in the dictionary, you'd never want to participate in it. There's the lower middle, and there's poverty. Poverty is not your problem. This is not a problem. The poor is not a problem. These people make less than $30,000 a year. But you got to know what the trip is. This is $30K a year. If you make 30 grand a year, you are poor, period, okay? Lower middle, $30,000 to $50,000 a year. I don't believe these numbers are right. I think the government, bring it back to me. The government just tells you this. The government tells you this to make you feel good. The middle is 50 to 100. I'm going to prove all this wrong here in a second. Okay. The upper middle is 100 to 350. This is the guy with 2 BMWs. He plays golf all the time. He still doesn't have any money. And the rich make 350 and above. I don't think any of these numbers are true. This is the information that is out there. What I want you to write down though is this. If you're in poverty, your goal is to get up and out. You got to get out of the class that you're in. So I would take, what'd you make last year?
I'm not sure, like 80.
Yeah, good. So he's right here. And I'm telling you, this class right here is dying. This thing's on life support right now. $22 trillion worth of debt in America. Okay, look at the numbers. Go back and look at the numbers I shared with you earlier. Nobody has any extra dough set over. This guy's got $17,000. He's got more money than most people that have lived in this country for 50 years. Why? He's around the right guy. He's got a mentor. He's got a money uncle. His job is to get out of that class into the upper class. The only way he can do that is not save money, not invest money. He has to make more money. The only way to move from one class to the next is to earn more money, period. So you have to have a financial target. What I'm going to ask you to do right now, sit down and make your target. What is your target right now? Where are you? Johnny, where are you at? Which one of these?
I'm at upper middle.
He's upper middle, okay? Upper middle. Johnny ain't the upper middle, man. It's temporary. He's been there 1 year. He made it a couple of times. He just got above it, what, 105 or something?
I have that saved in the bank.
Oh, boo, Johnny. You know? But you see, you got to ask yourself, if everything else, all those other things that I shared with you earlier are not true, how do we know this is true? Dude, I know rich people, they're like, that's not even money.
Yeah.
This isn't money, okay? Do you know that it takes, watch this. Is this, I have 350 or I made 350? 94% of all Americans say it takes $550,000 to retire comfortably. So is this 350? I got 350 in cash or I made 350?